This story is about doing something good through businesses and then proving it that it can work this way. So part of Project Light is restoring habitat. And originally I planned to plant lots of trees. And I was using that phrase. I was going to plant lots of trees to describe like a number, 1 billion trees. That was the objective. Because I don't mind being wrong and I don't mind aiming big. And who knows? So what I learned from these conversations I was having with people about this project and this piece of it was it's not important the number of trees that get planted, or it's even a little unclear if just planting trees is good overall, given the cost and the number of trees that die and the fact that people just cut them down later. Is more about the idea of restoring habitat and preserving habitat. It's not the number of trees. It's the habitat that living things live in. And trees are part of the habitat. But so is like the idea that there has to be a certain amount of rain that they're used to. And there has to be a certain amount of light. And we're disrupting those things with our activites. So it was never really about like the number of trees, even though that's how I was explaining it. So anyway, now it's about habitat. But when it was about trees, one of the first things I did a deal with some software I have, and that software creates money. And some of the money that it created was used to plant trees through a charity called One Tree Planted. And this is part of Project Sunlight, the past, present, and future, is that when kids buy this B-Box kit, it's going to come with seeds for flowers, for what's called native pollinators and honeybees combo. And this is a way to create habitat for the bees locally. And that increases the amount of honey, which increases the amount of money. And everybody wins, and then there's more bees. So that's good for everybody, win, win, win. And some of the money that is going to come from this channel, people buying these kits, some of that money is going to go directly towards creating pollinator habitat by funding pollinator charities. And I like this idea because, having the idea of planting flowers is nice and also demonstrates a lot of principles about taking care of your local environment and providing energy into that environment. It's the same thing as doing marketing in terms of traditional business, spending honey to make money kind of a deal. And so, so combining all those things into one scenario where we can demonstrate these ideas that you can make money and do something good and restore habitat or preserve habitat or create habitat or somehow fund habitat creation by the experts. That's where I was going with the idea about funding a pollinator charity, because having a holistic view of where the problems are and where money could most efficiently be spent is I think as important, sure, as teaching a kid to plant flowers in the same context as investing in marketing. That's important too. So combining that's the story that businesses can do good. And on this page are some certificates from various organizations I've been involved in with this project, with money that I mined from the future using my software, and planted 10,000 trees through one channel, 15,000 through a different channel, and also offset 7,200 tons of carbon by investing in carbon credits, which I hope will work to do something good. Some of those are not directly carbon, water filtration, but that reduces carbon because then you can burn less stuff to purify the water. So water filtration is good. It also helps with education. Because then kids don't need to go looking for water for hours a day. They can learn stuff. It's better. So a combo deal there. But the other projects are wind and solar, wind, some solar, and some methane energy capture, and also direct habitat preservation. And those things added together offset 7,200 tons of carbon, which makes me carbon negative for life. And that's an example of doing something good with business.